Hello everyone. Welcome to Somya's Diary. I am Somya Ranjan Pati. Today we will discuss about Digital India. So what is Digital India? Digital India is an umbrella program to prepare India for a knowledge-based transformation. Knowledge-based transformation means a digitally empowered information society and a knowledge-based economy. Thus, digital technology plays the central role here. We need to use the power of digital technology in an inclusive, affordable manner that will meet our developmental goal. So, let's try to understand the vision of Digital India. The vision of Digital India centered around three key ideas. The first one is digital infrastructure as a utility to every citizen. What does this mean? A good road is there to access market from your place. Similarly, a high-speed internet is available at a cheaper price that connects you to the digital products. There is a digital identity to avoid the problem of anonymity while maintaining the right to privacy. And there is a safe and secure cyberspace that ensures digital sovereignty. Then the second focus area is governance and services on demand. This can be done through digital translation of services, integration of services to provide better user experience, and following good governance principles, that is transparency, accountability, all those, so that improve ease of doing business. Similarly, leveraging geographical information system for decision support system. We have already understood what is geographical information system in our previous podcast. So the third one is public internet access program. This program will have two subcomponents. The first one is common service center. So what is common service center? Common service center will be the end point of government and private service delivery. Department of Electronics and Information Technology will be the nodal department for internet access. The second one is postal offices. The post office that will be converted into multi-service center. Department of Post would be the nodal department to implement the initiative. The next pillar is e-governance. So what do you mean by e-governance? It is the government process re-engineering using information technology. By re-engineering, you are making government services efficient and effective. Under these reforms, simplification of forms, online application with tracking facility, online repository, and integration of services and platforms will be done. So the e-governance services include mygov.in, then India Portal, National Government Service Portal, Open Government Data, e-Tal, Direct Benefit Transfer, e-Samiksha, DigiDhan Dashboard. So all these schemes are related to this e-governance scheme. Similarly, e-governance products include e-counseling, CAT tools for education, Jan Shiksha Sansthan, skill acquisition and knowledge awareness for livelihood promotion, then e-Granthalaya, e-HRMS, and there will be mobile app store. The next pillar is e-Kranti, that is electronic delivery of services. The vision of e-Kranti is transforming e-governance for transforming governance. The mission for the initiative is to ensure government-wide transformation by delivering service electronically to citizens through integrated and interoperable systems via multiple modes, while ensuring efficiency, transparency, and reliability of such services at affordable cost. The next pillar is information for all. For providing information, open data platform, social media engagement, and online messaging can be used. Open data platform facilitates proactive release of datasets in an open format by the ministries. Online hosting of information and documents would be facilitated. Open and easy access to information for the citizens will be there. Similarly, government shall proactively engage through social media. I hope all of you must be knowing about mygov.in website. It provides a platform for citizen engagement in governance. The next pillar is electronics manufacturing. In our previous podcast, we understood about national policy on electronics. The target under this initiative is to make net zero import for electronics product. The next pillar is to create IT for job. This pillar focuses on providing training to the youth for IT jobs. The last pillar is early harvest program. Early harvest program means the focus area will be on those projects which are to be implemented with short timeline. That means, for example, biometric attendance, Wi-Fi in universities, secure email within the government, public Wi-Fi hotspot, e-books, SMS-based weather information, disaster alerts, then the national portal for lost and found citizen. I hope you got an overview of Digital India program. Now let's discuss some of the schemes. For establishing digital identity, Aadhaar, e-Praman, online e-sign, that is e-Hastakshar, these programs are there. For establishing digital infrastructure in addition to digital identity platform, statewide area networks, then Vikaspedia, State Data Center, GI Cloud, that is Meghraj, National Knowledge Network, Mobile Seva Platform, then GIS, Public Internet Access Program is there. Now come to the governance and service on demand. For online services and mobile service, Unified Mobile Application for New Age Governance, that is UMANG. Then the World Bank Assisted India e-delivery of public services project, National Scholarship Portal, DigiLocker, and the similar initiatives, virtual classroom for schools, open government data platform for national data sharing and accessibility policy, electronics transaction and aggregation of analysis layer, e-hospital, rapid assessment system, Jeevan Praman, Pragati, that is proactive governance and timely implementation, then Digitize India platform. So apart from these, we also discussed a lot of initiatives supported by NIC in our previous podcast. So these are the services that are related to governance and services on demand. Similarly, for digital empowerment of citizens, DigiDhan, e-learning and initiatives on accessibility platform is also there. Thus, Digital India can bring transformation in our society. Let's see its implementation on ground. Maybe in future we can make a critical assessment of the program. So that's all for today. Meet you tomorrow with another topic. To stay connected with us, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for your precious time.